Yo, what's going down with it once again, ladies and gentlemen, people, humanity, bros, women, fanboys, and fangirls, as always. Otakas and Ikikomori's out there. This is Nintendo Sony Free 2011 aka Manny Wolverine. Of course, he knows the guys know the rest of the intros, man, towards his channel. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram and all the good stuff. I honestly never thought I'd be talking about Mr. Bernie Sanders himself, which is, as most of you people don't know, I've said it a billion, quadrillion, like pretty much lost count on how many times I've said this in the past, even my older channel at the time. But I don't get into politics. I think a lot of it's just a fucking illusion, just to divide Americans and to divide people, just to hate each other more. That's just my own opinion on it. Your guys' opinion can be completely different, and you know what? That's cool. You're free to believe in what the fuck you want. I'm not gonna shove my opinions down your throat because, hey, everyone's their own fucking separate person. Anyways, look at Bernie Sanders himself, aka I know he's like a Democrat for like senator for West Virginia or Virginia, one of those two. As most of you people don't, I really don't give a shit about politics. I look at it occasionally from time to time, but I'm not brainwashed by it. And as many of you people know, if you've been on my channel long enough, and to not fucking bullshit conspiracy theories, I don't wear a fucking tinfoil hat. I don't believe every single little thing that Alex Jones or fucking Mark Dice or what this other dude used to be. I don't think he does conspiracy theory videos anymore. His name was the Vigilant Christian Mario. I used to watch him a little bit. I still watch other people like Scariest Movie Ever, Richie from Boston, ODD Reality, Aaron and Melissa, Stranger Than Fiction. I watch a lot of his shit. And then a couple other people that are in the truther community. Even I used to watch Pockets of the Future a little bit, but I kind of stopped watching them a couple months ago. But I'm not here to drop conspiracy theories or truth videos, because nowadays YouTube is cracking down, making sure that people that even say their names, which this is why I'm really nervous about making this video, because I don't want to get my channel shut down. I used to do videos like that in the past. It's been about 4 years the last time I did a video like that, and I'm probably never going to do one again. Unless I did it on DTube or fucking BitChute, but I actually need a physical camera for that. And right now, money is kind of tight, so I can't really. Probably going to wait till next year until I invest a little bit more money on a professional camera. Not like a news camera or anything like that. Just a nice little fancy Nikon Coolpix camera. Those things are still a thing. Or Sony or Canon or Toshiba camera. I don't know. Whatever's out there, that's really good. But yeah, Bernie Sanders, he decided if he is elected as president of the United States, which my own personal opinion, they're not elected. It starts with the S word, but I don't want the algorithm like taking out my video, because I don't want to spread too much truth, because YouTube, fortunately, they don't like the truth. I mean, they have their own truth, but let's face it, it's a bunch of lies and bullshit. I'm sorry. And I doubt if you're ever going to watch this video, Miss Susan Wojcicki, but I'm sorry, but I'm a free thinker, you know. I'm not really a slave to your company. Hopefully that doesn't get my channel shut down, because if it does, I probably just shot myself in the foot right there, and I hope to God I didn't. But anyways, that's not what I'm here to talk about. Bernie Sanders himself, he wants to make a video game union. I don't know how I feel about that. See, this is coming from somebody that doesn't really know that much about politics. I know a lot of people are always arguing, complaining, bullshitting for stupid ass fucking reasons that we really shouldn't be wasting our time on, but unfortunately, as a society, I'm only mainly talking about here in the United States. I don't know how it is in other countries like the UK or Australia's politics are, or fucking China, Japan, or any other Asian, European, black, African American, not African American, but original Africans, the ones in Africa. Or I'm not sure how Indian and Middle Eastern politics work, because I don't live there. But if you live there, hey, leave me in the comments below. Tell me how they are out there. Are they fair, or are they? Unless you live in a communist country, I'd have no idea if you're even how you're even watching this on YouTube. If you live in a communist place like, I don't know, North Korea, like one or two little parts of Russia, or even Cuba and Venezuela, unfortunately. Fun fact, this has nothing to do with the video. I found out last week when E3 was going on, I found out that dude Yang Ye, if any people don't know him, very, very talented YouTuber. Definitely check that man out, because he's almost at 1 million subs. I'm going to be real happy for the dude when he hits that, man. He definitely deserves it. And he wants to be a voice actor, too. That's awesome. I found out he was Venezuelan. I thought he was Asian the whole time, but I guess I was wrong. Unless he was Asian and then, I don't know, he was raised in Hispanic. I don't know. That's cool, though. That's awesome. Alright, and then you see I got the Tifa Lockhart thing still from my last video. I completely forgot to fucking, unfortunately, take that out. And this is the clean one, by the way. I can't show you the other one because my channel will get shut down. The very sexual, lustful ones. I'm going to call it that because if I say the P word, P-O-R-N, the whole thing, YouTube might see it as, oh, he's promoting nasty sexual images. And they might take it. And this dude, if any people remember this dude from Saturday Night Live, Larry David from Curb Your Enthusiasm from HBO, like, dude, that dude looks a hell of a lot like Bernie Sanders, bro. But he's funny as fuck. I saw a lot of his comedic sketches. He makes me laugh my ass off so fucking hard. This guy, he does Bernie's impression so fucking good. It's like he's his fucking twin brother. Literally, dead ass. I know Saturday Night Live, they have their little thing on YouTube. I don't watch them on YouTube because I only watch YouTube for like actual everyday average people that got famous compared to like people that already had an established fame from Hollywood that go onto YouTube and they're backed up by all these billion-dollar sponsorships and advertisers, and they didn't have to bust their ass to be on YouTube. They already had their fame in movies and music and shit. So those ones I don't really give a fuck about. But anyways, especially the late night talk show host, I'm not even gonna get in that fucking shit. But yeah, I don't even have to say their names because people already know. So this one comes from Dalton Cooper from Game Rants. So it says, this says Bernie Sanders Video Game Unionized. Video game workers' rights have been a hot button topic lately. Reports of demoralizing crunch time with employees, sometimes expected to work 100 hours per week, has led to a conversation about whether or not video games industry should be unionized. We haven't seen this happen yet, but one person who has voiced support from this opinion is Vermont. Oh, I thought it was for West Virginia or Virginia. See, that goes to show you my politics is extremely rusty as shit, and I'm okay with that. But Senator Bernie Sanders, who is currently on top of Democrats running for president in 2020. Sanders took to social media to make his case unionization for video games industry, says, quote, I'm not mocking Bernie Sanders, but I'm going to do it in his voice. The video game industry is $43 billion in revenue last year, he said. The workers responsible for the profit deserved, but collectively bargain as a part of the union. I sound like I'm doing that other dude's voice instead. The dude that was in 7 Dog 7 and Kill Bill? I forgot his fucking name, man. He was in like the Beach Boys or Jersey Boys. Hold on. Let me look him up real quick. Jersey Boys, actors. Movie. Hold on. I gotta remember this dude's name. Fuck, what is his name, bro? Don't tell me he's not here. Where the fuck is he? But anyways, yeah, just Google it yourself. I can't find it. Oh, Clint Eastwood made that movie too. I didn't know that. Oh, there it is. Christopher Walken. I'm not trying to do a Christopher Walken impression, but he sounds like... That's what Bernie Sanders does sound like, Christopher Walken. I don't know why. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm trying to focus on the game shit. Sanders then tagged a couple of organizations that are trying to help video game developers unionize, such as Game Workers Unite, IATSE. I don't know what that means. Unionization can be a controversial subject, and like any political issue, it has its supports as well as its detractors. However, surveys from earlier this year suggested that at least half of the video game developers want to unionize. So there does seem to be quite a bit of support for unionizing the video gaming industry. There goes his tweet there, you guys can read that. One of the main arguments for unionization or unionizing the video gaming industry is that perceived mistreatment of the video game developers by companies, which is something that a union could potentially stop. For example, Activision laid off hundreds of employees recently. Yeah, I did hear about that. I didn't do a video on that because it didn't really interest me that much, but for the people that work at Activision, if you see this video, good luck getting a job, man, because I know how hard as fuck it is to do that. While simultaneously simultaneously bragging a record year, which is situation might be avoided if the video game developers were protected by a union. Meanwhile, those opposed to unionize or to unions may express concern in video game pricing as well. Or excuse me, video game pricing will rise if the industry who those are anti-union, if also they bring up the possibilities of potentially more skilled persons being unable to work or to find work because of a less qualified individual is able to keep their job due to a union protection. Whether or not it is pro or anti-union, or one is pro or anti-union, Bernie's comments are still not noted as they are marked with one of the first, I don't remember where I was. One of the first times that a major politician has publicly discussed this matter in regards to the video gaming industry. It remained to be seen if Bernie's endorsement of video game industry's unionization has any lasting impact on overall thoughts, views, and opinions on it. This is the thing, I really want politics not to have any part in video games because it's just going to make it a lot more of a, I'm not going to say toxic masculinity or any of the bullshit ass buzzwords that mainstream media tries to fucking shove down our throats, which I'm not a part of. I'm not a Democrat, not a Republican. I'm not any of those fucking things. That shit is a fucking illusion to me. Like I said earlier. I mean, if you believe in any of that sort of like belief that we have a right to a freedom and shit, we do have a little bit of freedom in the U.S., I'm not going to lie, but at the end of the day, if we're still working either a 9-to-5 job, regardless if it's a minimum wage job or if it's a real beautiful job career of your dreams, we're still in a shape, way, and form. We are still a slave to a system. Not going to get too much into that. Has nothing to do with race or ethnicity or any of this other fucking bullshit. Like, it just, spiritually and mentally, we are still slaves. Until people start waking up to this bullshit, which I'm not going to get too much into because I'm going to start getting really fucking angry. I'm starting to start screaming and shit. I will say this. We still got a long way to go. I don't even want to imagine what happens when the 5G or the 6G ends up getting there. Now I'm going to stop it there because I don't want YouTube to take down my channel. What's up? CyberPunk2077 is a full value game where expansion comes after launch. This comes from Stefan Talby's about almost 2 days ago. The time you guys see this is probably going to be Monday or Tuesday. It's going to be a very late video. So it says, I'm probably not going to be able to read this whole thing, so I'm probably just going to leave the outro today. We're big fans of The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, here at Push Square Towers. But arguably some of the best content came from later down the line. The best game is fantastic, but the DLC released a CDProjectRed is outstanding too. The duo of expansions dwarf some of the full-blown games on PS4, and both have great additional stories, locations, characters. When it comes to DLC, this is one of the studios that has known doing it. While the talk of DLC long before a game is even out would usually be a bad thing, the idea for Cyberpunk 2077 will be receiving similar treatment is pretty decent, exciting. UI coordinator Alvin Liu is speaking to Prima Games, hints that the studio will be expanding base game after launch. Oh god. Although he doesn't go into any real details, this quote, "We want to make sure everything's complete, but we also want to build open worlds." He says, "I know when I'm playing a game of The Witcher 3 and a finishing event, I still want to know what everyone was up to. I think we're going to have opportunities like this for Cyberpunk 2077. Liu also points out that CD Projekt Red will be cutting out anything from the main experience to sell back to us later. So this quote, "We are not withholding content. We're not holding story for the future to try to let you know, monetize or sell it into pieces or anything like that. We're going to get the whole full value game here." Oh, that's cool. Hell yeah. Well, one of the games, work of Polish developer, The Witcher 3 expansion, we think that it deserves one trust of this. But best not to get too ahead of ourselves. Cyberpunk isn't out till April next year. This is great. Overall thoughts, views, and opinions. This is great. This is amazing. This is absolutely perfection to the Z. Because a lot of video gaming companies these days, they like selling a lot of DLC and like this beta modes of certain games, and you got to keep buying it over and fucking over again. It's annoying. I know this because I have a PS4 Pro and I try not to get too much DLC because I don't want to break my bank and get kicked out of the fucking streets of it over here in Vegas and be homeless. Fuck that. That's all I gotta say for now. I'm out of here. Peace out, my Sarkar. Lazy and Bios. See you on the flip side. I'm out of here. Deuces.